This is...
And I want another one.
And another one. Yep, okay, well, it's the same fucking quote.
Amazing.
Flap wings. I miss the flap wings.
There's still a flap. We must poke the wings. I mean, what? Fuck yeah, I can. We don't talk about my mountains.
I forget what we were talking about, but it came out like really sexual. I think is why we quoted it. But, well, Nightbot, what is wrong with you?
I think we were just sitting here in chat, and I was playing Skyrim.
You were playing.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the importance of a horse for traversal.
Right, I can climb my own mountains. I don't need no horse. That's what it was.
You're
I didn't
strong,
need a horse.
independent dragonborn who don't need no horse.
Bingo. I can climb my own mountains. That's what it was. That's right. I can climb my own mountains. What about Freezer Child? Wait a minute.
I still want to know how you went from terms to Durkums.
Yes.
Well, you see, I believe I was typing that on phone.
Ah, I might have
been. And unfortunately, touchscreen and fingers.
I still want to know, like, what autocorrected Durkums.
That wasn't an autocorrect.
Oh god!
That was a word flail that my autocorrect gave up on.
It's like, I can't decipher, fuck it, it's going with it, what it is. Silence and crippling fear of bunnies.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's done. Ah, yes, the liberation of goods.
Yeah, you know, that is one way to look at it.
Liberation.
So basically you're asking, can I steal from my dead dad?
Steal from the Padre. Yeah. Oh, you know what I need? I need something.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh no.
I'm afraid.
Don't worry.
I'm just gonna...
What the fuck? Thanks for letting me know my ad block has been updated. I didn't need to know that.
Should
I? You don't get that on top of something called Tamper Monkey.
What?
What Tamper Monkey is basically there are sites that get around your ad block, and that thing tells those sites to go fuck themselves.
I need that.
I thought were we on 6?
We were on 6 last week.
What?
Sorry, you tweeted out 7.
I know, because I went and looked, but I'm looking at my notes now. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Well, good to catch it early one, I guess.
We are. Oh, maybe we are on 6. That could be my bad.
I don't know.
I'll change it for now, but I'll check it later.
Based on my notes,
I'll change it to 6 for now.
Okay,
that could have just been me misreading something.
To be 100% fair, Spire, your notes have been wrong before.
I know they've been wrong before, but this is really, really early on for them to be messed up, and I would have known.
Well, that's why I said.
Would you have?
Hello? I said I will change it for now.
I hear you.
I will change it for now, and then we'll go back and I'll change the actual video. If it is wrong. Or it might be. I could have just misread something, because I looked through the video producer thing. That was why I... And then who knows? I don't know anymore.
I remember.
We're on an episode.
Learn to read.
Numbers are hard.
Hey, should I put the token with Leo?
Sure, he is technically with her. But she's very pretty.
She is very pretty.
She's also half elf or full elf.
She is half elf. I couldn't find a. Yeah, I just went and found pictures, but
for context, that was like the other childhood friend that he grew up with in the village. She's the shopkeeper daughter.
Cute.
Ah, yes. All to make the love more lethal, my dear.
Do not threaten that.
I just figured an aspect of this is
no
perfect.
interest in her. Which I think is a problem. We'll find out.
We'll see.
Little face.
Okay. Good. On the thingy.
Stop text drunkting, Fox.
Fuck!
Drunkting.
God, when I text when I'm drunk, it's so bad. It's so much weird, jumbled mess.
Hello. I have a stick.
Yes! Hi, Danika. You have a stick.
You have a sticky stick.
Her stick.
It's a very sticky stick.
Yeah.
So, last time. I remember half the session. I wonder why.
I mean, I could kind of...
We're not going to talk about it.
I could describe a little bit of, like, what he's been up to in the background, because originally he was just going shopping, and then it, like, turned into a whole thing.
Well, I want to do... Last time, the party, you know, it is in the town, and they go investigate. They found Barnabas. Wait, no, that's not his name. Was it Barnabas? Is it Barnabas? It is Barnabas.
Okay.
Barnabas and Chimkey.
Chimkey, right.
Chimkey the chicken.
I got those. I swapped those.
They met them. Danika bought a stick, which was revealed later on to be a sticky stick. A Blackwood sticky stick.
And Leo really wants to take it and make her fetch it. Like the dog
that
she
might
is.
not... That is messed up.
Go ahead. See how that happens.
That might not be the result you think it would be. Just saying.
Look, at this point, she hasn't, like... She's only reacted with annoyance to his flirting, so now he wants to just do everything he can to annoy her, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, final last words. But it was funny, huh?
That would be his words.
Funny, huh?
Yeah, that would be his words of like, it was funny at least. As he gets stabbed.
Then all-out PvP.
Yeah.
Somebody standing above everyone else.
Anyway. TPK by the fucking barbarian.
Which one?
I know. Yeah, both of them to worry about.
I forgot we had two.
Danika kills Leo. That's not going to end well for Danika.
I don't know. I think that's going to be a slugfest. Anyways. Yes, Leo's been doing things in the background.
Yes. Should I
went shopping.
Describe what he's been up to a little bit for the stream's sake?
Would you like to?
Alright, well, what ended up happening was he went to the shop and he found out that there was a thing going on outside of town. So he was getting ready to head back to let you guys know. And then he was told a description that somebody's been coming by and making comments, and the description reminded him of somebody he remembered from his past. Like childhood past. So he decided that he was gonna go and make a little side trip to his home. Dragged her with him because he has not actually stepped into the house since it burned down. Because he wanted to look for clues, because this person that was described might be his uncle. But he has no idea how to find him, and he was trying to find some sort of clue on that, which he had found a couple of things. There was a box on his dad's grave with a very ominous note.
That's fine.
Be careful you don't join them.
Be careful you don't join them was all it said, and it had a diamond worth 300 gold in it. Yeah, that was what I said. I was like, okay. So there was that. Then he went into the house, and he found a couple more things. He found a locked box and a key. And a letter with his name on it that he has yet to open either, because he's, like, reluctant to open those right now.
Honestly fair.
He also found... He said it was a glowing bead or something, but it, like, brought him comfort for some reason?
It's a small glowing ball. It fits in the palm of your hand, so it's small.
Yeah.
It's glowing, and it presents you with a feeling of warmth and comfort.
Yeah, he's not sure why, but he held on to that. It's in like his bag or something right now.
Sure.
And then he also found his we'll just call it his father's workshop. That's all we're gonna say there. And we'll describe that when he goes and finds Seraphina, because now he's on his way back, excited, saying he wants to bring her there, which, as a side note, he has never brought anybody here before this day.
Oh!
And he's with a childhood friend who may or may not get upset about this, because she's only just now hearing about the two ladies that he brought back.
And don't worry, 2 lady friends are going to go to said house before somebody else.
Not necessarily. I said that he most likely will bring all of them, depending on how he feels.
You know what I mean.
What is it?
It's fine, don't worry about
Danika snuck there. That doesn't count.
She didn't go to the house.
She did. Remember, she followed him to like that area, so she technically has been
Hit
there.
him with a stick. That's fair.
That was, but yeah, I never said that he wasn't bringing all of them if he does go. Right now he's
around.
Yeah, right now he's kind of in that mental state of, my dad was so fucking cool and I want to figure this stuff out. I might need help. And he's not even thinking about the sad stuff right now. He's like too excited like a child. So that'll be fun. That's basically what's going on. So he's getting ready to head back. What happens while he's gone? Woohoo!
Yep.
I guess.
Everybody died.
Well, about that, if you want to try, I will let you roll initiative against Granny.
Please do not.
You're not going to like the result.
Ah, yes. My perfect excuse to bring in my new backup character, Clerico.
Oh dear
God
lord.
damn it, not again.
But yes. No, she's not going to kill Granny.
Good idea. Anyway.
Without reason.
YouTube.
Yeah. Seraphina's gonna probably approach. Danika?
You're not touching my stick.
See, that's actually why I wanted to talk to you. The stick is cursed.
She's giving you the, are you serious right now look?
Yes, I am. It is cursed in such a way that makes you kind of obsessed with it.
Oh, you're trying to convince me to get rid of it, I take.
Potentially, yes. I can't help with that right now, but we should probably try to find somebody that can.
Sorry, lungs.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna stare at you. Or you just want to take my stick.
No. I want nothing to do with your stick. I want nothing to do with that stick. Whatsoever.
Then why are you continuing to talk about the stick?
Because it is a cursed stick, and I'm concerned about you.
Just worry about yourself.
What's going on?
Problems with a stick. Right.
Stick where?
The thing. Her stick.
Where's Kellen relation here?
He probably just like walked into the room.
Was this her room, or are we in like a like dining rooms or something?
I don't know. You tell me, Spire.
I don't know.
Okay, we're in a dining room.
Helpful.
Okay, we were in a dining room.
You were the one who initiated the conversation, Aspire. That's why I had to ask.
She approached Danika, so wherever Danika was.
We're in a dining room. That is where we are. Oh yeah, so she's basically like in the corner, just kind of like leaning on stick. It's where like she wants my stick.
I don't want your stick.
Why do you want her stick?
I don't.
That's just mean. Get your own stick.
Right. Anyways, Danika, something else. A little bit. About Leo.
What of him?
He mentioned you two had a bit of a spat when you followed him.
I was going to hit him with my stick. Since he also threatened to take it, apparently. Okay, I lost my voice there for a moment, but I think I got it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Danika, you know how I don't press you for details about why you are the way you are?
I tolerate you.
Yes. If you're going to expect the same level of decency, perhaps you should return it. I'm an open book, and I will answer any question about myself, because I don't really have anything odd other than occasional explosions. But you and Leo are a little different. So just keep that in mind. You like your privacy, and he likes his.
A sigh. I will keep that in mind the next time I intend to assault him.
Okay.
Or don't hurt Leo.
There's also
I make
that.
no promises.
Don't anger Kel, please. Just rubbing her temples.
Do you two have something to do other than annoying me?
Damn.
Good talk, Danika. And she's just going to walk away.
Does Leo come back by this point, or is he still gone?
Well, I was gonna say, Kel doesn't move.
It's a question.
Oh, that's fine. That's an understandable question. But yeah, Kel doesn't move when Seraphina leaves. He just stands there.
I wanted to hurt him, I would have done it already.
Oh no, I'm not moving because this is kind of where I live. Yes, he's pulling this is the my house card.
Also in
And
the
about this
public
time.
area. Yeah.
And about this time is when
Leo comes in.
Leo walks in.
No. He doesn't just walk in. He, like, slams the door open with, like, excited.
I see.
Hey! Where's the little one?
Elsewhere.
He just walked away.
Tiny Bean!
Pokes head out of kitchen with like a mouthful of whatever bread she found.
Come here. Come on. Okay, so we got a thing to do. By the way, this is Jez.
What? Swallows comes up. Slow down, please, for about 2 seconds. Back up. Start again.
Well, apparently some of the traders have been missing their inventory, so I was gonna go check it out if you guys want to come with me. But, after that, I need to borrow you.
Why?
Because I found some toys that I want to figure out.
Define toys.
He gets this, like, big grin on his face. I found my dad's workshop.
Oh, Really? And you want,
I need help figuring out how they work.
just jumps like 5 feet off the ground like, yes, absolutely!
By the way, she's gonna be helping us on this little escapade first. You two, you guys coming?
And he said your name, and it has completely left my brain. Hi, I'm Seraphina. What's your name?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Jess.
I have to go look at something real quick. Give me a moment.
Also, she's going to look over at Leo. Don't mention thick. It's a problem.
Fine, I found a better stick.
You're an excitable little one, aren't you?
Oh, very.
I see. Okay.
Makes for a good leaning pose, too. So he kind of, like, puts his hand on her head and kind of leans on her.
Alright, this is not funny. Just because I'm small does not mean I can't kick you in the shins.
Oh, good. She's as feisty as I was when you picking on me when we were younger.
Aww,
Perfect.
You still like it.
I know how to use a rapier.
Mm-hmm.
I like her.
I'd love to see you try.
Hi, Jazz. Hello, Killigar. Oh, right, I need to find another image. Oh, this will be fun. This will be fun.
So yeah, you guys wanna, in all seriousness, help me go figure out what's going on with our trade? Seems the village is kind of suffering because of it.
Oh gosh, yes, absolutely. If there's anything we can do to help.
All we really know is, what'd you say? They were kind of in a hurry to leave and a little bit terrified of something, and we're constantly missing inventory.
Something or someone is, interfering with trade. We're not sure what it is, or what's going on. But some of the tradesmen that have come in have stayed long enough to unload the orders, take the payment, and leave. No small talk, nothing. It has been, I'd like to say, not good. As we are currently very, very under, we're very under inventory right now.
That's not good.
No, also seems that some of these men are, while not injured in the normal sense, they are, very injured mentally.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we should definitely check this out right away then. See if there's something we can do.
I take it there'll be coin involved?
How about a good deed, Danika?
She'll
Hasn't been a lot of use for me lately.
She'll get aid if she helps, I guess.
Okay, so you're the excitable one, and you're the abrasive one. Got it.
What is spawning?
F.
Well,
Leo's just like thinking about how much gold he has now, like just to fucking get Danika to help.
come on. Let's go.
How far out is it anyways? Do you think it will have to go?
Not entirely sure.
Right.
We just know it happens along the main road into town.
Alright. I I think we could use the exercise. We'll leave the animals here. Granny will take care of them. Wow.
Kids like them boys.
The kids, yeah. He probably looks out the door. Yeah, I think the kids will keep him happy for a little bit. Stop trying to braid the horse's hair.
Aww.
One of you get kicked because you're standing behind it. That's not on me.
Fastest way to learn, I found.
Also the fastest way to get yourself really injured.
Very true.
Anyways.
Go!
Set out if we're gonna be back before nightfall.
And you set out on your whirlwind adventure.
Well, they have to come back to the village anyways to bring her back, so... kind of his thought process. Okay, he does not want to have to explain that to her father. Please, do not make him have to do that. He made a promise to bring her back alive.
Yes, you promised old man Damas you would bring back his daughter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's keep that promise. He knows where you live.
Knows how to find him.
Decides to backseat me. Not only will I do genocide, I'll do betrayals.
Oh no.
I did the betrayal over betrayal. And I think
why is Granny coming?
I just wanted to see what somebody's reaction would be. I'm glad someone noticed right away. Otherwise I would have taken her into it and be like, well, what are we doing here?
Oh god, he'd be
Granny,
like,
where'd you come
I hate
from?
to say this, but I did secretly roll that initiative in the background. Does it hit?
Oh, you did? Okay, hold up. We gotta get that out of the way first.
I'm just gonna move Leo, like, away from that little section because that's gonna bother me.
What
It's
little
so
section?
close to, like, the village peoples and stuff. That's what I meant.
I'm just gonna move them over here. They're guarding Granny.
He hasn't well trained the horse yet.
It don't matter. They protect Granny.
It's Faye horse alone. It's...
Let's leave protect her Granny.
Yeah.
I just need a lawful evil mount and I will be happy. But I don't want to go to hell to do it.
You'll do the set out.
Yeah, you'll set out. On your whirlwind adventure, you make your way, down the main road. And unlike your coming into town, when you originally arrived, you had seen the guards. You do not.
Well, I mean, they travel up and down the road. Not like they'd be in the same place every time, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You get about a couple miles outside of town. Go ahead and roll me perception checks.
Oh, wow.
Sweet. You will have Mimi do the helpy thing, because that's pretty much the only help action that thing can do at the moment is, like, see things. Well, it's not great either way, but it's better than the nat one I originally rolled.
That's fair, 100%.
Oh, the chat's broken again.
God damn it. Really chat.
I'm gonna post it, no mic. It didn't post for me, why? That's so mean.
Oh!
Am I, like, banned from posting?
No, I wondered, do you have to click the chat bubble?
I did. That's what I do.
Well, I'm concerned now. Why is it not?
It's only letting you post.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I see this.
Okay, well, that's what I got.
Okay, let's see. Discord, come here. A 10. Okay, 21 and...
I'm working on it.
Leo's perception's only +3. Let him have a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Handicapped.
Leo does not see anything at the moment. He is still overly excited.
He's thinking about going back to look at the stuff because he thinks his dad's such a cool version. Okay, like
he's thinking about other things he's going to go back and find and just look over and all that sort of stuff.
What the fuck is Infinium, and how can I use this to power my heart?
We're not talking about Infinium. That might be there that we don't know. Maybe. You never know. Anyway, so he doesn't see anything. I hate to say this, Seraphina.
Yeah!
You also don't see anything.
Oh.
3 do. That would be
I feel like he's back
Danika with her 21. Heligar with his 22.
Mm-hmm.
And Jez with her natural 26. We don't... It's fine, don't worry about it. But, you 3, you instantly feel a slight chill blowing in from the right side of the road. And you hear slight... It doesn't... It's not like a whistling. Well, it kind of is, but there's words behind it. You can't... I will say you can't make out the words. But you do hear something floating on this whistle of the wind, like coming across.
Danika's gonna give it a little bit before saying anything to see if anyone else picked up on it.
Yeah, so like there was this really cool rod thing that like extended.
Why wind being creepy? What? Why is the wind being creepy?
Wind being what?
That's creepy to you.
The wind talking.
Talking wind?
It's, you don't feel the slight chill?
Mm.
Do we feel it now?
Now that you're not focused on something else, yes.
Huh.
I noticed this one points at you, Danika. She noticed.
Interesting. Did we follow the strange sound?
Well, abrasive one. What do you think? Drag.
Yeah, she's just gonna...
Fair enough. I
Sword
think
drawn.
that's our answer.
Right. Follow the crazy lady.
And she will draw her rapier the same.
He's not gonna draw his weapon. He's like, oh, let's see if it's actually dangerous first before I threaten it.
Also, I will say, you notice Jez isn't wearing armor.
Eh. He wears like really light armor.
The joke's on you. It was the 4th barbarian.
Oh god.
You're right, there are 4 of them.
How are there 4?
Wait.
Wait.
Don't worry about it.
Oh right, she's a barbarian. She can't count. Sorry, I had to.
No, it's a tree
about to fight a barbarian.
No, it's a tree.
Granny was a barbarian.
Not even close.
Everyone is barbarian.
Not even close.
Damn it.
Anyways, you make your way into the trees, into the tree line, and into the forest. And as you move, this whistling sound you're hearing, it doesn't get any louder. It stays constant. You begin to veer in a direction, and then you hear it begin to get quieter. So you go back to where you were heading originally, and you hear it again. It's almost as if it's showing you a path, but not showing you how close you're getting.
Ooh, spooky. We're following ghosts.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
I will say, the only indication that you might be getting close to something, it has gotten slightly colder.
Well, what if we just introduce ourselves and it's friendly?
And you don't mind volunteering to lead then?
Sure, I'll happily say hello.
You go directly ahead of everyone.
He will cockily walk ahead of everyone, yes.
Fine.
This is dumb.
I tend to agree with the small one.
Never said we were smart. You're the one that follows me. Yeah, let's put the one ranged person in the fucking front. Good idea waiting to happen.
Hey, you were the one that pushed diplomacy.
He was being sarcastic. He needs to teach Danika what sarcasm is, clearly.
Does it stay sarcasm if he goes through with it to the lead?
No, because at this point now he's just like, eh, fuck it.
Fuck it, why not? Let's try it. It might work, it might not. But yeah, you
And this is when the elusive art of gun kata was invented.
Oh dear lord.
Hello.
You keep moving, and the whistling sound stops.
Hmm?
And instead, it gets very cold.
Oof.
Oh, that's
Ghosts go away and now cold.
Hey, like, spooky ghost thing. Hello, how are you? Come out.
Perception check.
Yeah.
All of us are just...
Anybody who is looking around.
That's fair.
You know, Danika's very curious as to see what is about to kill the snake boy.
This is a fair point of...
Assume Seraphina's closer than this.
Yeah, more likely.
Perception, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh! These numbers are adequate so far.
Nope.
Is it... Oh. Oh no. Is this where I tell you nobody rolled high enough?
Ooh.
I'm weirdly okay with that. Don't know why.
When he doesn't hear it or see anything for a second, he's gonna, like, look at the group. Huh. Weird.
It begins to get slightly darker.
Oh, that's normal. This seems fine.
And it would be normal if it was the consistency of, say, the sun going behind some clouds.
That's why he said it that way. He was like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I hate that I'm gonna have to do this, but yeah, it's gonna have to happen. Give me one moment.
I think this is like a sign of we're going to die.
Maybe.
Well, nobody died that came to the village, so you know there's that plus.
Is a plus, true, but something doesn't feel right.
What, you mean like the cold? That, you know, in the darkness?
Question, Leo.
Yes.
Was it 18 hit?
Yeah! That fucking hits.
Okay. take 6 points of cold damage.
Oh god, what did he get hit with?
As... Yeah, I'm just gonna...
Oh god. Oh,
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Things are not cooperating.
Yeah. What is that?
That appears in front of you.
He, like, turns back around as he's, like, talking to the group or something, and that's just suddenly there.
Mm-hmm.
Ow, okay, not the greeting I expected.
Oh dear!
Almost he's working out, I see.
Shut up! Can he take a step back without the... Does it look like it'll attack him if he tries to back up?
Sure!
Is that a yes or no?
You're welcome to insight! If you think you can.
That's a good question. What is his insight? Insight is also a +3, so 17!
It looks like it's just content floating there for the time being.
Cool.
Just land.
He's going to attempt to
its
step back.
inhabitants kind.
Because he kind of needs the range anyways.
In which time, you see 3 more.
Oh dear!
Roll initiative.
Oh god.
Sweet.
Do it fast. Doesn't he have advantage? Yeah, he has advantage on initiative, so hell yeah.
Right, that's what I needed one of these other notebooks for. Okay.
Why in the world is this the thing that I roll well on?
It's not a good thing, though.
I mean, kinda. Depends.
Alright, we can just do that.
Ghosty buzz.
Hey, we actually all put ours in the right order.
Hey.
Okay,
I
so
also
now
look
I
hard
have...
tried to draw 13 on this thing, but I look like I've made like a really disjointed B.
I'm not rolling big chunker die for this. That's excessive. That it doesn't roll very well anyway. One.
Hello, baby.
All of my stuffing went cold.
No.
Yeah, it's fine. I was about done with it anyway, and there's not really enough left to put it back in the fridge.
I think roll 20 broke for me.
I can refresh. Because I know weirdly me refreshing fixes it.
Yeah, well, I don't hear any music at the moment.
Yeah, that's why I said let me go ahead and refresh and you hear it again?
No.
Oh, well, fuck. Okay,
It's
well...
usually when you stop and play it, like, twice, I think. There it goes.
Well, good, because now it's a roadside scuffle. So... Let me get back to...
Alright, also, to preface this, when Leo took the lead, she kind of sheathed her sword, so now she just has stick.
Okay, that's fine. So now I can go in and plug in other numbers now. So let's see.
It's fine.
I can do math, I swear I can.
Can you?
No, not at this point.
Yeah, we're D&D players. We don't know how to do math.
There's also more of the math of placing numbers in order.
You know? It's like you're in You know your ABCs until you absolutely need to know your ABCs.
Yeah, until you have to, like, sit there and try to figure out, okay, where does M fall under A, B, C, D?
Exactly.
A, B, F, G, squiggly line.
Okay. This is initiative order. Alrighty. Very, very interesting. I hope you guys are ready to die.
Well, I mean, he doesn't see, I imagine, the supplies anywhere, so he's not sure if these are even the cause, or if they're just something scaring, or what's scaring the people. Still gotta figure out what happened to the supplies that went missing.
Yeah.
Fine.
Oh. Nope, that's not what that health is. I am writing that wrong. Don't worry about it. Anyway, up first. Hi, Leo.
Yay, I'ma shoot it in the face because it stabbed me.
I more smacked you, but you know.
Okay, well, it hit me and he wants to shoot it now.
This is fair.
Yeah. That's not a good number on the die. That's gonna miss because I don't think an 8's gonna hit it.
No, an 8 does not.
Damn it, only having one shot right now because he's too low level.
What a mood.
Can't wait till he eventually gets the four attacks. Yeah.
Alright. So, that is Leo's turn, unless he has bonus action.
I think his only bonus action is a physical thing.
Ah, fair.
Yeah. So I believe his bite.
Yeah.
And his when he can hit him with the gun. Like
right.
a backhand type of thing. That's a bonus action.
Gotcha.
And second win, but he hasn't really lost that much health yet, so...
Yeah, he's only lost 6 at this point, so...
Yeah.
Alright, so that's Leo's turn.
Yeah, that was just
Next.
a really shitty roll.
Yeah, next is Shade number 1's turn.
Oh, good.
As it floats forward.
He's not gonna try to fight this thing.
That does not hit. That 9 will not hit.
Ooh.
Seraphina.
Oh god. Right. I do a magic something.
Do you do magic?
I have magic.
I see. You do the magic.
Hold on. I gotta remember how this particular spell works.
That's comforting.
Listen.
She's only got level 1 spells.
Yeah, but mixed between 2 classes.
Okay, to be fair, yeah, there are some,
That's when you need to just write a note on your sheet which one it is.
Which I have done. I have basically like A next to everything that's an artificer spell and S next to everything that's a sorcerer spell. It's just gotta figure out what the spell does. Okay. Okay.
Oh!
Oh.
Golly.
Ooh. That could work. If I can line
No.
this properly. So she's going to get herself back this direction, basically. However far she can get with her 25 feet of movement.
That should be within.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little difficult without the grid.
Yeah, I'll figure something out.
So these two are in a line, right?
Yeah.
As I wait for things to load, because I now have a black screen.
Oh no.
There it goes. Yeah, this is fine. While we wait for Jay. Hello, chat. How's it going?
Yeah, hello.
Sorry, my internet is a butt.
Interwebs.
Magikarp, use the splash attack.
Most useless Pokemon move ever.
In fairness, though, I still think it's fully capable of murdering a human. How does a fish splash on land?
Okay.
Good question.
Anyways, hello there.
Hi,
Yeah, you guys
Hello.
are doing attack things.
Yes.
Yes. So, Spire, you said roll dexterity saves.
Yes.
About that.
Yes.
First one rolled a 15.
Rude.
Second one, I don't think is going to save with a 9.
Yeah.
So Shade 4 succeeds, Shade 3 does not.
Alright. Okay, so the one that failed is going to get covered in acid.
Okay, so it's an all or nothing. Gotcha.
Yes. And it is going to take some damage at the start of its turn, and will continue to take damage at the start of its turn unless it takes an action to, scrape it off or wash the acid off, or somebody else washes it off for them. So, there's that.
Does it take initial damage?
It does not. The spell literally does not say anything about initial damage, nothing. It's just a creature covered in the acid takes 2d4
Gotcha.
acid damage at start of each of its turns.
Okay.
So, that
Cool.
is her action. I don't think she has
Okay.
any bonus actions just yet. Gotta check. No, but she's going to probably risk this and take a step back away from this thing. And that's probably all she's got.
It's now Jez's turn. Bonus action. You hear... How to describe this? Because I've never actually done one of these this subclass before. She's activating a blade song.
Nice.
She's
So you
is she
hear-
also a bard like her brother?
No.
Oh,
She's a blade singing wizard.
wizard. Yeah.
So
This is a
her AC
similar
increases
one
by
for
5.
Bard, if I remember right.
Yeah, her AC will increase by 5.
I can
And
imagine it like a. It's deep into Thrones, but basically when a Valyrian steel sword was in contact with an icy spear thing, kind of like a metallic resonance type deal.
and she will strike at shade number 2 here with her rapier, which is a 14 to hit, which just hits. They don't have a high AC, but yeah, don't worry about it. And that will take 7 points of damage. What did I say? Shade number 2? Yeah, shade number 2. Alright. That's her turn. Up next is... Hey, look, it's Danika's turn.
Hey, cool.
I don't want to talk about where all these other poor saps rolled.
Yeah. Well, seeing as this one was dumb enough to start up in crusading distance to me, with her sticky stick...
Okay.
She's basically swing that in an uppercut because she kind of has it like underhanded style.
Okay. I have to ask a serious question here.
Yes.
Because an item is cursed, does that count it as magical? Even if it has no other magical property.
Personally, I'd lean towards maybe, but I am also just a simple player.
You know what? Google, come here, because I do need to... Ah! So... Technically, it is not a magical weapon. Good to know. Just because it has a curse on it does not mean it's magical. Interesting. Oh, yeah, still go ahead and swing.
Yeah. Fucking 9.
Say again?
9.
9. It does not hit, unfortunately.
Oh, my only bonus action is to rage, and I'm just mildly perturbed at the moment, so next.
Fair. Peligar's turn.
Oh, you know. Hope everybody
Okay.
got in what they wanted to get in.
Fine.
Okay, the thing did
You missed. Like, what do you want me to say
D6
there,
plus in
Squire?
damage.
Yay.
He will smack. Let's see if he can smack. Great Axe smack. No, he cannot. The axe just swings on past it. So, it is Shade number 4's turn. It will come forward to you, Seraphina.
Okay.
You were the one who went there.
I know.
14 to hit.
I don't think that hits. Hold on. It does not!
Well, shit. Okay, well, guess
I
what?
have a 15 AC!
Guess what? Actions are... No, I'm just kidding.
Swear.
Yeah, it doesn't hit. So, next turn. It is Shade number 3's turn. Go ahead and roll a 2d4.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's got the ouchies. 6 points of acid damage.
Impressive. Okay. Cool, cool. He's going to smack at Kelligar. What's Kelligar's AC? There it is. Okay. Oh, yeah, that hits. That hits. Okay. Helgar takes 7 points of damage. That is definitely a lot. Yep, that is totally a lot. Sorry, brain was being slow there for a second. I was trying to do math, making sure something was right. That is its turn. It is now number 2's turn. It has 2 people currently interacting with it. One of which hit it. So it will hit the one that hit... It would attempt to hit the one that hit it. It does not. These dice are not liking me.
I see how I feel.
No.
Dice suck. So yeah, that was shade number 2's turn. Back at the top of the order, Leo.
Oh god. He could either keep backing away and trying to shoot it. Might be what he has to keep doing. I know what he'll do. He's just gonna say fuck it, and he's gonna just pull out the 2 daggers he has.
Fair.
Because at this point, this thing's just gonna keep following him. He's not gonna keep wasting his time stepping back.
Yeah.
That one's not gonna hit, but he is gonna do an offhand attempt, which will probably hit with an 18 on the die.
Yes.
Not much damage because it's an offhand, but you know.
Yeah.
But it's still max, so 4.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, I rolled a 3 on the other one, so that one was missed.
Yeah, no.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's his turn, 'cause that's all he can do.
Alright. It's now shade number 1's turn again. It is going to... It's going to keep trying... It's going to smack at you again.
Okay.
16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Four points of cold.
Okay.
And that's its turn.
He's loving the cold damage.
Oh, I bet you are. Seraphina, it's your turn.
Okay. She
Shade
is...
number 4 is in your face.
Yeah, she's just gonna reach out and try and shock and grasp it.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Yeah. Make sure which modifier I'm using. It is spell attack. Okay. 13.
Does not hit.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Just under.
It's going well.
Good. Good.
Okay, y'all can't hit them and they can't hit y'all. So
It's hitting Leo.
that's true. It is hitting Leo. But yeah, and this
That's all
finished.
yeah, that's all she's gonna do right now because she's like, moving away is not going to do anything here.
Jez's turn again. Let's do this. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, and she hit with rapier again. Got a 7 on the dice or 13. No, it does not hit. Well, great. Okay. Danika. You are your Blackwood sticky stick. You're sound.
Yeah, and she's gonna try smacking this fuck again.
Okay.
She doesn't know her stick is ineffective.
Well, to be fair, it might not be.
That was cocked. Oh. Well, now I'm sad because that's a nat 20.
Guess what?
And then that's a natural 20.
Guess what? Roll your damage.
Hey.
Yeah,
6. And I'm not raging, so... Oh, 12.
Oh, okay.
It's crit damage.
Well, wonderful.
I like to think I just, like... The first swing, the stick was kind of up, so I just, like, fuck it and brought it across its face.
Also, to be fair, when regarding the figuring out the magic weapon, that was for future reference.
Oh. Good to know. I hit it with a stick, and it has immediately become the most effective weapon I've ever hit something with.
Fair enough. It is now Caligar's turn. It will try and hit number 3 again. Oh my god, he hit. Oh my god. Oh my god, he hit. Axe comes crashing through it. Yeah, that's damage. 2 of these things do not look very good right now. Sure, it's fine.
We're just gonna not talk about how Seraphina and Leo are doing with theirs.
Yeah, listen.
Okay, in their defense, one's being attacked by a barbarian, the other one's had 2 people on it.
Yeah.
So...
Speaking of, hey, Seraphina.
Yeah.
I need to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Odds, what? A con save?
Hmm?
Oh, okay. Might.
I just remembered something terrible about shades that I don't want to repeat.
Huh?
Nothing.
15? 15?
15.
Huh?
Just saves.
Good.
You'll take half damage.
Oh, gods!
As it reaches forward with its hand, and you just feel it pass through you.
Ooh, I hate it.
Because I've used shades on you guys before, and I think I remember something that they could do.
Well, see, these aren't exactly the same type of shades.
I just meant when you hit 0.
Oh, well, yeah, that, okay, maybe it does do that, but we're not talking about that right now.
I don't like...
Instead of the 12 points of cold damage you take 6.
Okay, that's not bad.
And you don't begin to freeze.
No!
Oh, that would have been real bad!
That's good to know that that's a thing I don't like.
Uh-huh. It's fine. That's the only ability it can do it with. Shade number 4, shade number 3. It is going to attempt to hit Caligar. Actually, no, Caligar's going to have to make a con save.
Oh no. And again, he should have a decent one.
I want to say something. For it to... Yes, he has a decent one, but that was an 8 on the die. DC was 15. 14 total. So you take full damage. Which is 9. And ice starts forming right along his right arm. Arm feel funny.
It's not ending well in our favor.
So that is number 3's turn. It's number 2's turn. Oh, that's just fine.
Oh wait, number 3. He still
Right,
takes acid
damage.
He still takes acid damage.
That is up to you to remember, young lady.
I know. That is full damage. That's 8.
8. All right.
But you need to remember that in case it dies from it.
Yeah. Well, about that, it still didn't. It's getting close though. It might go if
Who knows?
Elegar actually hits it. So it is shade number 2's turn. You hit it this time, Danika, so it will hit you. Or at least it'll attempt to. I don't think a 15's going to hit, does it?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Leo, it's your turn.
It's gonna like step to the side a little bit. He's gonna put away one of the daggers, pull out his gun, he's gonna shoot the one by Kel.
Fair. Roll to hit.
That's much better. That's dirty 20.
Yeah, it hits. That definitely hits.
That's how much damage this is. 12.
12 points of damage. And that's to number 3?
Yes.
Alright. It does not look very good. And technically...
And then...
No, go ahead. I was wrong. Keep going.
Oh. He's gonna... backhand this one in front of him with a pistol.
Oh, yes. Pistol whip damage.
That's exactly what it's called. What? With a nat 20. The reason I'm using this one is because this one he can actually add his strength modifier to. So.
This is fair.
It's not that much in reality, but you know.
It's damage.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Oh, fuck, okay. Yeah, this one. That one took some damage.
Yeah.
And that is Leo's turn. And you just backhanded it with a pistol.
I did.
So,
very much did. Are they immune to, stunned, by the way?
Is it stunned?
No, it has to make a saving throw, but it's like a really low DC.
What, say, con?
Yeah.
Okay,
He can manage to hit with that, that's why it's a bonus action. But it's like a really shitty DC.
Yeah, that's a 16.
He's fine.
Interesting fact. The 2 saves it had made so far has been flat rolls. Yeah, so shade number 1's up next. And it is going to smack.
At this point, I'm scared they're all gonna try to freeze us at some point if we keep getting this up.
Yeah, you know?
It misses.
Misses?
That is a 3 on the die.
Oof.
So 9 total. Seraphina.
Yeah.
You have shade number 4 in front of you, and I just want you to know, shade number 4 is taking no damage.
Yeah, I'm aware.
I just wanted you to know.
I'm trying my best! Okay. It's my turn?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Very much so.
We're going to try Shocking Grasp again.
Roll to hit.
I don't suppose a 14 hits.
14 just hits.
God's bless.
Roll damage.
It's a D8.
Okay.
That's 3 lightning damage.
What is half of 3?
Oh, it depends if you're taking the greater or the lesser, so 1 or 2.
I'm taking the greater. It's going to be 2. What is the secondary effect there? Shocking Grasp again, Aspire?
Can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Oh,
It's next turn of yours.
It's, I believe.
Yeah, it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Oh.
Yeah, you might want to move.
Yeah.
What, do you want to know the good news or the bad news?
Yeah.
There's a reason it had none of these, that the thing didn't take a reaction initially.
Oh.
Why?
They don't have attack of opportunity.
Well, we don't know that.
No.
Yeah.
Characters don't know that.
No,
Yeah.
players do, and that's why I feel bad that that's the secondary ability of Shocking Grasp.
Listen, I forgot.
Well,
that was even a
It
secondary
depends on
ability.
it depends on what cantrips you have too. If that's your only damaging cantrip, it doesn't matter.
Well, see,
Well,
here's the thing. I forgot that's what it was. That's why I was asking what it was.
It
I
is
thought it was something else.
It is one of 3 damaging stuff, but everything else is ranged.
Does she
Very
move?
Yeah, she's gonna move her 25 feet away. I don't know where 25 feet is gonna be.
I would
Yes.
move away from the group. It makes it difficult for us to help you.
Which way you want to go? Just
Like
tab
I
where
wanna
you
move
want to. Okay, there you go.
this way. If that's
Uh,
okay.
That's 25 feet.
I don't know.
It's about there. Maybe.
Thank you.
I don't know. I
need
will make
grid.
I
Well,
will
this
make
could
a
end poorly.
I will make a grid eventually. Unfortunately, the grid option on the actual board for
I
tabletop
will
stuff
help
does not
you
work.
Make a grid. All you have to do is make a map with a grid. It's like just has to be a blank map at that point.
I know. That's why I was saying I will make one at some point.
That's all I
This is
got.
gonna bode well for me now, as I realize that I'm now closer to the one that you left.
It's fine.
It is now Jess's turn.
Might chase me.
We'll hope. Or it'll go to the one that's only like 5 feet from it.
You know what? This could be interesting. This could definitely be interesting. Yeah, fuck it. This is what she would do. So, how to word this? How to word? I don't know how to word this.
It depends on what she's doing.
It's... Hang on, now things aren't just working properly like they need to be. She will abandon this one since you have smacked it successfully in the face with a stick.
Excellent.
And she will attempt to take this one. And
Attempt.
it needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Which does not succeed. as fire shoots from her hands in a cone. And does 8 points of damage to it. Wait, no, not 8. That's a V next to that word. Takes 16. It does a great amount of damage. That's what you can tell.
Oh, that's good to know.
So that's her turn. Danika.
Wrong button. Yeah, I have more baps to do, therefore I shall.
Alright. You're going to bap it. Roll to hit.
16.
16 does it.
Cool.
Roll for damage, good sir.
And that is 2.
2! Ah! Perfect, perfect. It takes 2.
Excellent.
2 at this stage. Yes, you have. Good job. Congratulations. It is now Kelligar's turn.
What if they wanted to rage? Nah, I'm good.
Do you want to rage?
No, I don't want to rage. I'm good.
Cool. Cool, cool. He needs to make another con save at the top of his turn. Buddy. Okay.
I tell, like, if there's any way to help him.
Oh, there is,
He's split focused over there as well.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, it takes a few turns to actually freeze. Right now, he just now has disadvantage on his attacks.
That's why I'm asking. Is there, like, a way he could tell to help? Or do I have to wait till my turn to roll something? Because...
You could probably... Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a... Fuck, I don't even know. Intelligence check.
That's an 18.
Well, there you go. You know Kelligar's beefy.
Mm.
You know you could probably hit him with something fire-based.
So melt it, essentially?
Yeah. Yeah, and it will get rid of it.
Okay.
It has advanced currently to where it is now kind of solidifying over his arm. So that's why he has now has disadvantage on his swing. Still fucking hits. And so remember how that one takes acid damage at the top of his turn, Bar?
Say that again?
Remember how that one takes acid damage at the top of its turn? It won't anymore.
Oh.
It
did.
As the axe passes through it, you just see it go into like shadow and
Cool.
arm cold.
I'll help you in a sec.
I'll have to kill it.
Fine. He can't do anything till his turn.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, it won't progress further until the top of Kel's next turn, so...
Yeah.
And you're before him. So... Shade number 4 has now been hit with fire.
Mm-hmm.
So it will now turn around, and Jez has to make a con save. Jez does not succeed the con save.
Oh dear.
She takes 10 points of cold damage and begins to freeze. Ice begins collecting Yay! Shade number 3 is dead. It is now shade number 2, which has been repeatedly bashed in the face with a stick. Danika, make me a con save.
Ooh.
Seraphina, at this rate, you're gonna be the only one not freezing.
You know...
Con?
Yes.
15?
15 is the DC. You will take half damage and you will not begin freezing.
Welcome to the
Shit
club.
damage. Is that what this feels like?
You take 7 points of damage. Because it was going to be 13.
Ooh. Damn, that's a lot
Okay.
of damage it could be. Nice.
Yes. 44. Leo. Hi, buddy. How you feeling there, friend?
Hell, hold out your arm. Make us.
I don't have a choice.
Sorry about this, buddy. And he is going to do that chromatic bolt to it.
Oh, right.
Because that's fire damage right now.
Roll to hit.
Ooh, I'm glad that wasn't a crit. It was 23. It was almost a crit. It was a
That
19.
hits.
By the way.
That hits.
I mean, it does max damage though, so.
Okay, he will take half of that himself.
Okay, so 5.
So 5. But the ice does begin to melt.
And he's gonna turn around. Sorry! Backhand this one.
God damn it. This guy gets slapped around like a little bitch.
Not if he misses with the fucking 7.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Okay. Yeah. So that is Leo's turn.
Yeah.
It will attempt to do the smack now.
Kind of smack.
Just smack. It's not gonna... It seemed to have success smacking you. So it's not going to, yeah. Homie, you ain't killing nobody.
You say this, but it's only
Rolling
hit
a
him
2.
twice in reality.
I know, but that's more than it's hit the others.
That's only hit Leo. Or attack. It's like every 30 minutes or so. It's getting really frustrating, sorry.
We will beat it.
Yeah, you know that doesn't work. I don't know why we always say that.
I'm beating it with a rusty wooden spoon.
Not gonna work.
I will try.
Uh...
First, I need to find a rusted wooden spoon.
Well, he knows what he's using his other action for, unless she gets rid of it herself. Oh my god, is it doing the hiccup thing?
There.
Hold on.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it is being stupid. I don't know whose turn it is. Whenever we get to that, when it stops being stupid.
I believe mine, yeah?
I guess it is Seraphina's turn.
Yeah, you have to wait a minute.
Yeah.
Because it's like doing its hiccup thing, so it's being very finicky right now.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay now, Internet? Alright. Should be okay. No? Never mind, I lied.
Really sorry about that.
Oh shit. They could. No, not good.
Sorry.
Oh, good.
I think it might be okay to continue. If you can hear me.
Oh, right. Seraphina, what are you doing?
Alright. I am... We're going to attempt... to Chaos Bolt number 4.
Ah, I see. Well, do what you need to do.
I think that is a ranged spell attack.
Bolt attacks usually are.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So... No. There. Sorry.
Oh.
I'm just making sure I get the max damage typed out on my calculator.
Yeah, because if I remember right, that's one of those ones you don't choose the damage, you roll to see the damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, right.
See, like I said, I'm actually really annoyed because my internet was like actually stabilizing earlier and now it's being a butt again after the reset. Ugh. Should be okay to like say your damage and stuff. If you don't hurry, you might lose a chance.
Okay.
And there it goes.
Rolling that. Okay, that is... Oh! Hold on.
Okay.
Well, I rolled the same number. So... Here's some fun stuff, Jay. The spell says if you roll the same number on both d8s, the chaotic energy leaps from the target to a different creature of your choice within 30 feet of it. Make a new attack roll against the new target and make a new damage roll. So, number 1.
What numbers did you roll?
I rolled 2 6s on the 8s and 2 on the d6. So I am doing poison damage to this guy right here. So that is a total of 36 poison damage.
Okay,
Are they even able to take poison damage?
We'll find out.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, my things are being very delayed that you guys are hearing, so... that's a problem. Sorry, I'm trying. I don't know if you guys are actually hearing me in, like, a succession at all.
I am.
Okay. Because you were not before, that's why I'm saying that.
Okay.
No, I was asking if they even can take poison damage. Most ghost things in D&D do not.
Here's where I want to say the sad thing.
Oh. It's immune, ain't it?
It's immune to 2 types of damage.
Uh-huh.
Cold.
Uh-huh.
And poison.
Okay. Well, that one doesn't take any damage, but its buddy might take some damage because I did get 2 6s on the thing, so it
Uh-huh.
jumped.
Gotta attack.
Which
So
buddy?
it's gonna go to. Yes. It's gonna aim for number 1.
Okay.
That's gonna be 16
That
to hit.
hits.
Okay. Alright, so that's gonna be that force damage. We're gonna do 6 points of force damage
6 points.
to number 1.
There we go. Alright. You're good. I was gonna ask if Spire ever rolled the attack roll, because I heard her roll the damage roll. I
She did.
remember, okay.
I did. I rolled a 16 to hit, and then I rolled 6 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a good hit, and then the damage sucked.
Yeah, so...
My nat
Is that-
20 was immune.
Rip.
That's happy fun times.
Oh, that's all I got right now.
Oh, great. There we go. Alright, so Jess is up next. And... what is she gonna do? Right, she has to make a con save. That succeeds. Yeah, that succeeds. The freezing does not advance this turn. But, she will attempt to... Let's see. She'll strike this one with a rapier. Which hits with a 15. And does... Oh god, everything's... There you go. Does 9 points of damage. Okay. That is all she has. It's now Danika. Danika's a stick's turn.
You know...
Do the thing.
Well, you see...
Or
this
a thing.
You know, this thing tried doing a weird to me. I'm gonna do a weird to it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stare at it for a second as my eyes and a bit of my scaling glows a bit, and I need a dex save.
Un momento, por favor.
Oh dear.
Isn't that just a flat roll?
Yes, it is.
It's
17.
fine.
Well, that beats the 15 it needed. Wait. When it says con, of course it means con modifier. Okay, never mind. Wait, it saves. I don't know if it's an all or nothing or if it's a total. Fuck.
Should say it.
One moment, please. I wrote damages. I didn't write down saves. I can show you a squirrel. Oh, it takes half. Cool. Alright, where's my D10? So it's going to take... half of 1 is what?
One.
So it takes 1 force damage.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my action. I'm sad now.
It's a mood.
Better than missing, I guess?
Yeah, it's something. It's Caligar's turn. Caligar may have dusted his enemy there a second ago. What do we go for? You know what? I know exactly what he's going to go for.
Protect the lady. Oh, protect the Leo. Same thing.
The other L.
The same thing. Leo's pretty.
Yeah. Caligar will swing. That was almost a number. That was almost a number. It's a dirty 20 instead of a natural 20. 16 points of damage. It's not looking too good.
You good?
Yes, I'm fine. After Caligar's turn, it is shade number 4, who is clinging.
Yeah.
Well, less clingy. Smack. Yeah, that is 25 to hit.
Ow.
And 7 points of damage. Oh, she might not be looking too good. It's fine.
Mm.
It's its turn. It is now shade number 2's turn. Who is going to swing at Danika?
Wait.
15 does not hit.
Nope.
So we had the discussion a little bit ago. So now we're on to Leo's turn.
Priorities. It's gonna fire blast the one in front of Jez in the face.
Fire.
14. Just hit, I think.
14 just hits.
And 8, so 16, because double.
Okay. Okay. It is still alive. Just barely. Like, very, very, very barely.
Alright, then he's gonna try to hit this one. With the other attack. Which is also a 14. I'll take it.
Fair enough.
Plus 2, so 4.
Okay.
Speak the con save.
It's still not looking good.
Gotta make a con save still.
Yep.
4 is done until the end of its turn.
Well, guess what?
Yeah. It's only a 12 DC, but it's useful when it works.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
It's his turn. Hey, look. His turn is over. He's no longer stunned. Or end of your turn.
End of
or its
turn. Yeah.
Its turn? Okay. Its turn. No longer its turn. No longer stunned. Seraphina.
Hey, he managed to avoid getting the freezing thing. All of you got to experience that, except him.
No.
I haven't been frozen yet.
Well, the attempt.
Yeah, this
right,
is
the
true.
attempt. Naturally. Okay.
He's the only one that had never attempted on.
It's very true.
Okay, Sky.
I feel like there's more to this than just these shades.
What? Only maybe.
Like I said, we're still missing inventory. Something else had to take that.
Oh, absolutely.
He's pretty sure these things don't steal random items.
It's fine. So what is Seraphina doing?
Yeah. Firebolt at the one that didn't take any poison damage.
Firebolt at number 4?
Yes.
Why didn't you just do that to begin with?
Roll a hit.
Because I was trying to... It's a cantrip. It doesn't do that much.
With fire damage,
it does a D10.
Yeah, it does a D10. That's what Leo's does.
I know, but I never roll well on the D. I swear to the gods, I rolled a natural 20.
See?
Aspire.
Yeah.
Don't bother rolling damage.
Okay.
It had 2 hit points left.
Nate!
So you already overkilled it.
Also, those times I'm here, I was going like, okay, 98% of my combat was Firebolt on David.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for a D10, it's solid.
I mean, it levels up as it goes, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't even have to sell my soul for power.
Exactly.
Technically, Seraphina didn't either, so...
Yeah.
We're not gonna talk about Leo.
He didn't sell his soul.
That he knows of.
Technically.
He was a child. We don't know if he sold his soul.
You know...
It's also fair.
I'm double checking things, hold on.
No, you're fine, I'm just...
Okay. She is going to run back over... I don't know if she can get all the way over to Jez, or at least in the area.
You get in the area, not too far.
Because you were behind it, and you moved 25 feet away, so
you
you'd
probably move about
where you were.
there.
Yeah.
I'll be right there then, until my next turn, because I plan on hitting some people with some healing.
She's probably also gonna move.
Yeah. So that's all I got.
Okay. It is now Jez's turn. And, well, she's going to do what you tried to do earlier when trying to do Chaos Bolt. She gonna try and hit it. Maybe.
Does he need to duck? He's kind of in the way.
You know what? Well, actually, first. Never mind. She's not going anywhere. As the freeze begins to take hold more, she would have disadvantage on her attacks, and she has half movement speed, so this is fine. She'll get about there. That's about as far as she goes. But she can hit it. With disadvantage. No, she can't. That's a +7 to hit. Did not roll a 7 or higher. Okay. Yeah. So that is her turn. Danika.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep smacking this fucking
Okay. Swing again. Do the thing.
And that's gonna miss with an 11.
Yeah. Oh. It's Kelligar.
Yep. I did. You keep doing
Unless
that.
you wish to rage.
I mean, I do, but you gotta. You can't keep doing that, man.
Do you want to
Anxiety.
growl at it?
Menacingly. No.
Alright.
You're just gonna stare at it.
Menacingly. I got you.
Yep.
Got you. Kelligar is going to attempt to smack it. I'm sure this will go fine. It's dead.
Nat 20?
It had 4 hit. No, it had 4 hit points left.
Ah.
And the least amount of damage you can do is 5. It dead.
How you doing over there, Danika? Diplomacy working out for you.
Oh, that was him speaking in character.
Yes.
Yep.
Just looking over his shoulder. He's taking a bit of a beating, right?
He took like 2 hits.
He's taking a few good hits.
Oh, yeah, he took 2 hits. He's not even bloodied yet.
Yeah, she's just gonna, like, shoulders stare him for a second. That is all.
I see.
Until the other ones are dead.
It's now Shade number 2's turn. Because 4 and 3 are dead.
My friend's a deadhead.
It finally did something. It's a dirty 20.
Hey, I'm not raging. That hits.
Alright.
And works that I've now been annoyed by a snake person.
With a smug look on his face. She tried to make fun of him first. He has every right.
I have a problem with the dice bot.
Oh.
It's the last one standing, and now this one's rolling good.
Yep.
It's 8 points of cold damage.
Cool.
And that's its turn. Leo.
Let's take a look at Jez. Are you able to deal with that? Or are you just gonna let it happen?
I can deal with it eventually.
Sooner rather than later. I don't want to have to blast you with
Possibly.
Volt as well. Yeah, he's just gonna move this way. And he's gonna shoot it. Let's see if he shoots it. 15. No.
15. That hits.
17. I
Still
looked at the
hits.
wrong one.
Even more so hits. More solid on a hit.
Yeah. 13 damage.
13 damage. Alright. It can't take another hit like that.
Hold on to that for now. Go ahead.
Alright. Well, you know, I don't know how I feel about this. Everybody goes before this thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
That could look like
You know,
she
this
needed
would be
some
kind of
help.
funny. This is going to be kind of funny. Seraphina, it's your turn.
Okay. Firebolt?
I did?
Actually, no, wait, hold on.
Do you want to kill it first and then heal people? Wouldn't that be the better option?
Yeah, okay, Firebolt first.
Unless more show up. But, you know.
That is gonna be, yeah, that should hit. That's 19 to hit.
How much again?
19 to hit.
Okay. Roll your damage.
Easy. Toko, easy, baby. Sorry,
Swear to
tripping
God.
dog over here.
Fair. I swear to God, if you don't kill this thing.
That's a full 10.
Cool, so it does 20 total.
Hey.
I was gonna laugh if you didn't, like, roll a 4. And it stayed alive. It had 10 HP left.
Hmm?
as the fight is over.
He just smiles at you, Danika.
Oh, right. This is going to be even funnier. I have to roll something. This is going to be fun. I have to look at something because now I'm worried.
Dealing with her thing?
Maybe.
If not, he will go, like, over and use his own.
I'm... Fair, well, you see,
Calm down, Internet.
Actually... Damn, that weapon doesn't go off in warmth. That's sad.
No, it's like a light thing.
Well, I was meaning the rapier she has.
Yeah. Oh, unless you're talking about a different part to it, but...
Well... Yeah, no, that,
Wish my internet would fucking calm down, though.
Her only fire-type spells are Fire on Chromatic Orb or Burning Hands. That might be a little too much damage.
He does a D10. Does she look like she could even take that much damage?
She would probably survive it. Because you know from hitting Caligar, he himself he didn't take a lot of it himself. Yeah.
I don't know if he, like, knows how to control it well enough to, like, do a non-lethal version of it. Like, just heat up, but he will attempt it, I guess. To, like, do the least amount of damage as possible.
Seraphina. Ready?
Yeah, you're gonna have to give me a second, though, because it's still being really bad, and you guys are getting such I'm getting such delayed responses from you.
Oh, gotcha.
Every time I talk, it's, like, a few seconds before anybody even, like, acknowledges that I spoke.
Oh, no. Oh, dear lord. Hey. Swazi!
Swazimoto?
Calm down, buddy. No. Swazi!
It's so bad right now. It's like every 30 minutes on the dot, it like fucks up. Yeah, that's what they do.
Zoomies go wee.
Calm down, internet, please.
He's been chill until now.
Apologize, stream. It's just not liking me, apparently, tonight at all.
Interweb is being bully.
Yeah, like, hardcore bully. Like, I'll end up having to restart it when it finally fixes, type of thing. The stream is actually that bad of quality right now. Because it's dropping so many frames. It's like almost at 60 now. Oh man. I don't know why it's like hiccuping this bad. Like reset it and see what happens, but Are you finally done having your strunk there, internet? Are we calm?
ROMs. The ROMs.
What was that 60%? Do you have any idea what kind of lag that does to the stream?
Oh, that's horrible, yeah.
Oh man, sorry. Hopefully it's fixed now. Okay, yeah. Can he, like, attempt to do the least amount of damage possible? What does he have to roll for that?
Roll to hit.
Oh, roll. He's just hitting. He's also right up by her, so that would be disadvantage unless she let him grab her. He's essentially just trying to, like, heat up the fire in his hand without actually throwing the blast type of thing to melt it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I just need to know if he can, like, control the heat enough to where he wouldn't damage her.
What's your spellcasting ability? What did you make it?
His spellcasting ability? It is...
Yes.
Oh god. I think it's...
Charisma?
Because, yeah, it's only a +4 for the hitting. That's the only thing that's a +2 besides strength. So...
Okay. Roll me... Roll me a charisma check.
Charisma check?
Yes.
Just a straight +2 then?
Yes.
No proficiency?
Yes.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, then that's only a 9. It was with the proficiency, it'd be 11. But 9 I don't think is going to be enough to do much.
I'm shooting in the dark. I don't know what to say as far as the roll to limit. Usually it's your spellcasting ability.
Well, I mean, like, that makes sense that you should be able to, like, try to control your magic.
Yeah, and usually it's just a spellcasting ability modifier.
So, well, it's a 9, so what happens?
Roll to hit.
Oh, is that so disadvantaged then? Or is he actually holding her?
That's
arm. Or whatever, it got frozen.
Disadvantage.
Okay, so he's blasting it from close range. Got it.
Okay.
So, that's why I was asking, because it's a nat 1, so it'd miss anyways, somehow. I was just asking because we've established that it doesn't miss if he's holding him. So...
The only thing I could explain it with, as far as afraid to possibly hurt her even more.
Alright, well, he rolled a nat 1, is what I said, so he missed. I'm sorry it's such a delay on my end for you to hear me sometimes, but...
I'm also just trying to figure out. I don't know what else to really do.
I mean, he can try again if nobody else is gonna do anything. Seraphina's the only other one with fire.
She can attempt. The only other thing she's got is Firebolt, so she can attempt the same thing.
It does the same damage he does, so that's why it doesn't really matter who does it. It's just a matter of somebody needs to do it before she fucking freezes to death at this point.
Yeah, he can attempt, and I'll use Tides of Chaos to make it a flat roll instead of a disadvantage.
Well, if you want to try and limit the damage, what is your spellcasting ability?
Yeah, that's what he had to do first.
Firebolt.
Okay, spellcasting ability for that is... Okay, that is my charisma as well. Okay, that's +2. $11.
Okay, next DC's 10.
Okay. And then roll to hit.
That's flat roll.
Okay, because Tides of
If
Chaos.
you're using Tides of Chaos, yes.
Yeah, I am. Alright, so that should definitely work. That's gonna be 18.
18. Alright. Go ahead and roll damage. You will do half damage.
Isn't it already half because she's hitting the frozen part?
So it'll be quartered.
Okay, so full damage is 6, half is 3, and then half of
2.
that is like 2.
Alright,
Yeah.
and it
Originally
stops
what Leo was attempting to do was to not do damage, is what I was trying to do with my roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my.
You're still going to do. You're still going to do damage because it's still fire up on someone.
It depends if you're using like Produce Flame though. Produce Flame technically doesn't do damage, but it still produces heat. Is what I meant, like, because it was something similar to that kind of idea when I was thinking of it. Does that make sense? Or like putting
Produce
somebody
Flame
next
does
to
do damage.
The cantrip?
Yep.
It does.
There's one that does.
But you can also toss it. You might be thinking Control Flame. But
Yeah, well, there's one that doesn't like do damage or didn't or something. That's like a cantrip version because control water and stuff. Because there was like a flame, water, earth, and yeah.
Control Flame doesn't do a damage. The problem is it requires fire to exist already.
Well, it's an option. You can still produce the flame and just hold it there without doing damage. Because it says you can attack with it by like throwing it.
The only thing it doesn't harm is you or your equipment. So the caster or the caster's equipment, not the person.
I would still think that if you just held a fire up near somebody, it would still work, but that's just me. Is why I was saying that. Because that's why I was comparing it to, like, if you make a campfire and put somebody wouldn't it still work that way? Without actually touching the fire? It would just take more time.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I was attempting to do, is what I was saying. When I said, like, produce flame and stuff.
So I take it Goldilocks defrosted at this point. What Seraphina's doing.
Yes.
Alright.
Who looks really bad off right now?
Wasn't she the one that was bad off?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Then she gets the D8 cure wounds. I think that's an artificer spell, so that has no bearing on Tides of Chaos. That is right. Yeah, that's gonna be 10 points back to her. save. There we go. All right. Well, that could have gone better and also could have gone worse.
Again.
Which part?
What you just said.
Well, that could have gone better and that could have gone worse.
Yes, it could have.
Was this in any way connected to whatever the hell you got people planned on doing?
I don't know. There's no supplies laying around, so...
Well, I doubt they'd just be hanging around nothing.
They don't exactly leave footprints, so if you guys have any means of figuring out what the fuck they're connected to, that'd be great.
Could just check the nearby area. They're possibly just trying to scare people off somewhere.
Sure. What? Shades just out here. I wouldn't even know who could do that. Or who or why.
I take it we're looking for something shiny.
Can I make, like, some kind of intelligence check or something like that to see what I know about shades and how they're to be summoned?
You can attempt.
Okay. Would that just be intelligence or would that be arcana?
Arcana.
Alright. That's gonna be 23.
Let's see. How to describe this? Shades, while shades are spirits, they are a darker energy, and generally they are results of rituals or, well, generally, yeah, rituals. But generally people can't control them. They usually act on their own accord once summoned. Oh?
Sorry, I was making sure that there wasn't anything else. Okay, so that's basically all she knows?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, typically they're not easily controlled, or controlled at all. It's possible someone just summoned them and ran.
But where's the stuff?
Unless they're a distraction.
They're trying to move the things.
Well, more distract the traders. Whatever else, or whoever else comes in, takes the supplies.
Maybe they saw that we were not traders and didn't decide to poke their heads out then?
Well, I mean, I don't think they'd disappear. They probably still linger around here.
100%. As a matter of fact, the supplies shouldn't be too far off. This is a pretty specific spot to be luring people to.
Then poke around in some bushes?
Well, we need to find the culprit, is what we mean, because if we don't, it's just gonna keep happening.
Good point.
We can find the stuff after we find the culprit. There's gotta be, like, someplace they're storing it then.
Oh, we can see if there's any hollowed out trees or anything around the area. If they're coming into town, then they would have to get to the back of the cart to avoid being seen. And she starts walking in a direction as if, like, you're still walking down the main road, walking farther away from town.
Because we're not on the road anymore, right?
No. sort of walking, say, if it was a north to south road and north was away from town, then walking north.
Okay.
They wouldn't want to cross paths with the traders while they're being distracted. So it would have to be in a more northern direction. And it would have to be closer to the carts to avoid not being seen by guards traveling. So our search area is this direction.
Alright, I guess we're heading that way.
Let's go.
Whatever.
Yeah, you guys.
He's following her, but he moved closer to her because, yeah.
Yeah.
Not gonna walk all the way back there. That's like a 10-foot gap.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys walk a little bit further away from where that happened. And you can go ahead and make me investigation checks as you search.
Stuff, yeah. Oh, hey, a number.
I can still hear, but I gotta BRB.
Let's see. No, Discord, cooperate, please. There we go. Okay. I don't even know if I want to roll investigation with Caligar. No, he doesn't find it. Okay. Let's see. Everybody's numbers. Okay. So, you're all checking inside trees, checking around hills and stuff like that. Nobody really notices anything right away. Until this is difficult to describe. Because two people matched on their numbers, and that was the 23s.
Looking in the same, like, area with each other?
Close to it, yeah, within the same vicinity. And it happens by let me roll a data quick. Odds. Jez will have to make a dex save. Evens. Seraphina will. Okay, well, it was odds, so that's fine. She succeeds in not tripping over the board that was stuck out of a tree and turned sideways. But that's how she finds an opening in a tree with a bunch of satchels and other things shoved within it. And Seraphina, noticing this, checks inside of another one. Right there. Yes, you checked it right there.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. That's just you pulling the branches and stuff out the way and for this other hole.
And barking at it for
And
some
there's
reason.
yeah, I don't know why you. I don't know when Seraphina just started barking at things, but you know, hey, I'm not one to judge.
Yeah, like he's one hell of a curse.
Ain't it? But anyway, yeah, Seraphina, you find another tree. This one has small boxes of. You shake them and it feels like herbs and stuff kind of rattle around inside of it, just like the sound of the leaves connecting. Yeah, you're finding a good portion of the supplies. You're not finding all of them though. It looks like things have been taken, like things are missing from the bags and things are missing from crates and boxes, but for the most part, you did find a good portion of supplies. Well, it's a start.
Certainly is. I think they'll probably come back for these, actually.
Ooh, stakeout?
That's what I was thinking.
Are we in the best condition for that?
I honestly could use a nap.
You are probably the one worst off.
By the way, Aspire, what did you roll for health for her, by the way?
10.
Cool. So she's no longer bloodied. Like, very bloodied she was before. It's fine.
I mean, if you want to head back, we'll take care of it.
I was thinking more take these supplies back at least. And our next order isn't scheduled for another couple days.
It depends on when they come back, though. If they come back and find it all missing, they're just gonna move.
Oh. Well, she'll pick up those and throw them over her shoulder. I'll get these at least back. You all keep an eye out, and well, I think you'll be able to handle yourselves.
Please
Be
don't,
safe.
Please get back, alright? I don't want to have to explain to your dad what happened when I won't know what happened.
I will be fine. And I'm just going to place it over this way. So yeah.
Alright.
You are staking out. Don't worry, there's no stakes though.
Leo's gonna find a tree he can hide in. I don't know about the rest of you.
Seraphina's small. She can find a bush.
True. Let's go.
Fair.
I guess I'll put him like over here. Could climb a tree and hide up in the tree.
Alright.
Like, we're in like a wooded area, right?
Yes.
Honestly, there's no better hiding space than up in the trees. Oh, she's gonna pick a tree somewhere over here.
So here's where I get the depressing part.
Yeah, kill him.
Okay, well, first of all,
hide.
First of all, you three roll me stealth checks.
Alright. Oh. That's a number.
Yeah.
Technically, and I will be technical about this. Two of you are above eye line. They're not necessarily going to be looking up in trees. If their supplies are not up in trees. roll. Both of you roll with advantage.
It's not any higher than what I already rolled.
And Seraphina,
Yeah.
you have advantage based merely on the fact that you are small and you are hiding in a bush.
Okay. I'm still guidancing myself.
That is fine. I'm getting to the depressing part here in a second once you roll.
Isn't he actually pretty decent at stealth?
He is! Where do you expect a 7.5 foot tall man to hide?
In the forest, there's actually... there are ways for you to hide. Like, there's rocks and stuff, or hills, like we described that we were looking. Okay. Yeah, like you said, you described there were hills and stuff they could hide behind, I imagine.
Let's see. See, how tall is he? I don't remember.
He said he was like 8 foot.
Yeah, he's 7.5 foot.
7.5.
Yeah, he's 7.5. So, he's not going to try and climb a tree.
Hmm.
He will attempt to, like, get down in a crevice in the ground or something and be, like, covered in leaves.
Mm-hmm.
He will attempt.
Unless somebody wants to help him, because Seraphina, you're the only one on the ground.
I can attempt.
That'd be much appreciated.
Can I give him guidance as well?
That's all you're gonna do.
I can give him help.
That's fine. You give him the help action. He'll roll again. Yeah. Oh my god.
What's the matter? Oh.
The two.
On both of them?
No, hold on. The two rolls were polar opposites.
Hmm.
The initial roll was a natural 1. For 3 total. The advantage roll was a natural 20 for 22 total.
Plus guidance.
Yes, roll d4.
Yeah, so it's a d4. Let's see what he can get here. Holy mother of God, he has a 24 total stealth. He's down in like a... He's under leaves.
Swazi, please.
Run. Run, dog, run.
No, he's just very big and trying to be in a very small area.
Ah, yes. So yeah, you, you wait, and you wait.
While we're waiting, are we waiting long enough that we could use hit die to recover?
Yes, much so. You are waiting for a few hours.
Okay. I'm going to use some of mine then.
That is fair.
It's just the hit die, right? That's all you have?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's your hit die plus con. Hold on. I believe.
Okay, so I don't get that back. I don't get any slots back, and yeah, we're just vibing.
I really wish it was a bit easier to.
I think it's plus your con when you roll hit die. We don't do it often enough.
No, we don't. That's the thing. It's. Oh, right. I can click this. Yes, it is plus. Yes, plus con.
Okay.
I am back at full.
Good for you. I'm not. I'm only using 2 of them because you only gain back half of them.
Yeah.
Luckily, I only had to use 1 because I'm an asshole.
Mine's a D10. I just rolled really low.
Yeah.
I still had to roll 2 of them.
Yeah, like plus he was also, I think, hit a bit more, because he was down to like 23 out of 33.
See, at least you got one squish out of the way. Well, one squish, she was down to 8 hit points before Seraphina healed her.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I'm out of spell slots.
Oof. That's fine. You don't need them.
Cantrips. Cantrips are your friend.
That is basically all I will be using, yep.
You can't trip if you don't have cantrips.
And also, I'm out of Tides of Chaos because I can't set it off, so... Until the long rest.
True. So yeah, you guys wait. And wait. And wait. For a few hours. Gets to about late afternoon, so around equivalent about 4 or 5. And you hear rustling as figures begin making their way out of the tree line. Or more into the tree line, like heading from down the embankment from the main road. Check something here. Yep, I thought I had something. It did not apparently.
Okay.
That is upsetting to me.
How many of them are there?
About 3.
3?
Yeah.
Do they look really tough, or they look like just bandits?
They look like bandits at the moment.
At the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just gonna wait and see what they do for now, and then he might do something depending on what they do. Yep.
Right. Give me a moment.
Swazi, stop chasing Toko round the chair. Up, this is not gonna kick in for context. Big ol' Ridgeback trying to chase a little tiny Shiba Inu. Around a dining room table.
You know, telling them to not do it, they're just not gonna listen to you, right? Like,
I recognize the Ridgeback ain't gonna listen. You know?
That's one.
I try anyways.
Okay, so I do that, and that. And now I go move those out the way because those aren't necessary right now. Yet. And
I assume we're surrounding, like, the supplies a bit.
yeah. You notice he's kind of still just standing off a bit. But these two have kind of come in and are going to the trees that they were at.
I feel like Leo would be the one in the tree that one of them's just staring down.
That was actually a good point. You probably would be.
Yeah.
Does Danika want to be above one of them?
Probably accidentally at his face.
You know what? Fair enough. Yeah, this man is like standing back, just kind of keeping an eye on things, and you two are posted above them. Oi! They're going over here. My side as well. What do we tell the boss? Well, you want to be the one to tell him that his shades didn't keep people away from him. So you're suggesting we run? You got that over there? We're running.
Can he cock his gun and point it straight down?
You can. This guy's going to make a perception check. Actually, no, what is his passive? Oh. Yeah, you do that? The guy stops.
Tilts his head and smiles.
Well, about that running. What are you talking about? Yes, we're going to...
No, you really shouldn't.
Oh. Fuck. And the one below you, Danika, just looks straight up.
In his head. You can try and run.
Oh, son of a bitch.
I think we need to have a chat, friends.
So here's the thing. You got those two. He books it.
The kill!
In his head, he's going to hear, I would stop if I were you. If you continue to run, there will be something chasing you, and it will not be a pleasant experience.
This kill gets up and starts walking between these two.
Yeah, he's just taking off after this guy.
Thud, thud, thud.
Well, about that thud, thud, thud. He gets within range and just hurls something.
Hmm.
Mother of God. That's a natural 2026 to hit the poor bandit guy. As a javelin goes flying through the air.
Ooh. Your friend's fucked.
That's 20 points of damage to him. He's not down, but he is down.
Seraphina, you might wanna...
As javelin goes flying and hits him right through the back of the knee.
Cal, that's alright, and he just runs past.
Alright, so shall we talk?
So you may want to hold very, very still. I've never done this before.
I think he's unconscious, Aspire.
Oh, no, he's not unconscious. He is screaming in pain.
Oh.
A javelin just went through his knee.
Ah, he's gonna climb down.
Yes, Toko. Yes, Toko. What is it? Hi. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Ma'am.
What do we need to talk about?
I want to know why you're stealing stuff from my village.
We're just doing what the boss ordered. We don't know why. We're getting paid to do it. We don't ask questions.
Okay.
We're just told to hit some carts when the driver and traders are distracted.
Second question. Who is your boss, and where are they?
See, here's the thing. We are definitely dead if we tell you that.
Hmm.
And we die whether we tell you or not. Oh, we're dead if we don't tell you. I'm assuming.
How about option number 3? He's gonna point the gun at him. You take us there, and we'll let you go if you fuck off afterwards.
That's the problem. We don't know where he is.
That's a problem for you.
I see how this is a true statement. Yeah, listen, we really don't know. We take the supplies to a drop-off point, we collect the gold that's left there, and we leave.
So what if we figured out some way to put some false supplies there that they'd have to come pick up? You think we'd be able to follow those friends?
You could try? It makes us take inventory of what we take.
What kind of stuff would that be?
Potions, herbs. There's a couple of nice swords a while back. Still don't know what happened to them. And this is not the person you're with.
Yeah,
this is the woman who's
the woman.
Yeah. Don't know what happened to them. And at this point, Seraphina, you're helping this man. Kelliger comes over and grabs the javelin while it's still stuck in the guy's leg. He goes to try and pull it out.
Hell.
Do you attempt to stop him?
Yes.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I love the casual conversation happening over here with the screaming in the distance.
Persuasion? 12?
Okay. So, when trying to avoid that, that's a wisdom save too.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's a 13. Yeah, no, he yanks the javelin out of the guy's knee.
From the distance.
In the distance.
That's what our characters hear, Danika.
Massive scream of pain.
There they go, having all the fun.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Tell you what.
Oh God.
You guys give us a list of this inventory. And I really don't give a shit what you guys do for extra money. You don't seem to harm anybody, from what we've been told. But please leave my village alone.
Look, we're just now. This is the guy in front of you. Look, we're just going to we're going to head as far west as we can. I think our days of collecting things from carts is behind us. What do you say? Yeah, no, 100%.
Show us where the drop-off point is.
That's easy enough. That is easy enough. Actually, we can tell you where it is. That way we can get a head start to get away from this guy.
And, how do I know I can believe you?
There's a strange outcropping of rocks near the crossroad up the road.
Does he know of where this is?
You guys pass by it on the way in, like heading towards town. Without looking at it, you just see it out the peripheral. It looks like it's supposed to be there. But if you actually look at it, the rocks are not there naturally. So you know the spot they're talking about. There's an opening on the back side of it that you can't see from the road. We're instructed to drop them off at night, and the gold is already there waiting for us.
Chances are someone's probably watching nearby.
And can we go now? Get our friend some. How are you helping him, Seraphina?
Trying a medicine check to, like, maybe bandage him up with whatever she's got on her.
Okay. Roll me a medicine check. Just straight medicine check.
Guidance!
Fair enough.
Oh, okay, that's actually pretty good. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
Oh, cool. With what you have, you could. One slight issue.
Uh-huh.
This man had a javelin go in his knee and then ripped out.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
You got to tie this. You got to tie something pretty tight to stop blood flow.
Can she have Cal help her?
That's not a good idea.
Just be like, okay, half your strength.
I don't.
Could ask Leo.
Leo is busy at the moment.
Do you want Cal to attempt to tourniquet this leg?
It's gonna break the leg.
Serious question.
I know. Okay, here's how she's gonna phrase it.
Oh no. Okay.
She wants him to tie it in a bow like he would for like a little ribbon for one of the kids back at the orphanage. Back at Granny's. Because then maybe he'll be a little bit more gentle?
Does Kel know how to tie a bow? That's a good question.
Nobody knows how to tie a knot.
That'll work!
That's what you think. Time to roll an intelligence check.
Oh boy. Listen, it is an attempt. You never said she was good at this.
Do you provide him with
Guidance.
No, do you provide him with the
Cloth or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. You sure you want to use guidance?
Do I not need to?
You remember, the higher it is, the more strength it uses.
Ah.
No, I'm rolling his intelligence check to see if he understands what she means by not very tight.
Fair.
This will determine if I have to roll a strength check.
I would
I'm gonna put it to you this way. Using guidance will only get him a 3 total.
Oh, gods!
He nat 1 with a -2. That's a -1.
We thinking of calling Leo yet?
Yeah, she's gonna.
He takes the cloth.
If she starts noticing, like, it's not gonna work properly, she will stop him.
Adds an 18 on the die. As he wraps the thing around his upper thigh and just pulls tight.
Okay, little too hard. Hey, Leo, you got a minute? Cal, please let go.
He's not letting go.
Cal.
Do you run over there?
He just like pats the friend on the shoulder. 1 second. Okay, Cal.
You run over. So his upper leg is already turning purple.
Cal, I've got this, buddy. Come on, let me help here.
Okay. He lets go.
You did a good job.
Walks over here. The guy is scared to turn around and look at the situation, so
hey,
big guy just walked up behind him.
Friend on the ground, how you doing, buddy?
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, he will roll his own medicine check to help with this, I guess, or strength or whatever.
Medicine check. You're gonna roll something.
23.
Okay. You know how to do a tourniquet and stuff. So yeah, you're at 23, you're fine. You know what a tourniquet is, you know how to do it, you know how to properly do it. You successfully tourniquet the leg. Without amputating it.
This is why you don't run.
It's fine, don't worry about it. It's
hey,
groovy.
Do you want some help back to your friends here? They're getting ready to leave. Once they give us a list. Actually, he has the list, doesn't he? Or he has a list of what's been missing. So never mind, he doesn't actually need that.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, come here. He's gonna
I mean, we can just come over there and take him.
Sure. Just be careful with him. He's in a lot of pain.
Okay. This guy turns around. This guy turns around right into Kel.
He's gonna look at the guy and like pull out something strong, alcohol from his bag, and offer it to him. You want a drink, bud? Takes
a swig.
Yeah, that might help with the pain. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. He does the thing. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Danika, do you do anything to this one over here?
Yeah, she hasn't left the tree. She's been like just staring at this person.
Fair enough, and her eyes have not left you. So all that conversation where she was talking with Leo, she had not turned around.
Excellent. You know what? There is one thing Danika would have done.
In
her head, she would think like a lot of echoey whispers.
God. Why would you do this to the poor man? Or to the poor woman?
Because emotional scarring.
Fair enough. No, that's fair enough.
It's hard to run when you're about to never mind. I had where that went, but then I lost it, and now I'm sad because that was funny to my brain. But yeah, she's absolutely terrifying, this person.
Yeah, no. You do that and nope. They're going to help their friend, get their other friend, and they will skedaddle.
Goodbye, have a wonderful rest of your day.
I'm just going to scoot you guys back a little bit, that way I can just go, no, I'm trying to grab them all.
Yeah, with that, she's just going to hop out the tree.
Maybe you can control grab, too.
Oh, right, we can. That is a thing that can be done. Yeah, no, just...
Well, that was fun. Now we have to figure out how we're gonna set this up to where the person who's probably grabbing the supplies after they're dropped off doesn't notice us. I could pull out the disguise kit. That would make at least one of us look like them. Fortunately, Spire's away, so I don't know how well this is going to be converting here.
Yeah.
He's kind of talking to her at the moment.
Does it?
The other
Don't
two are
ask
away.
how. Well, okay. Let's be real here.
Okay, sorry, what?
Only 2 of them will actually have good input.
Yeah, he's saying that they have to find a way to do this without somebody, because he assumes somebody's probably watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Based on somebody's got to pick it up after as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he's offered to pull out like a disguise kit thing to attempt to make a couple of them look like those guys as best they can.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, there has to be one missing, but since the one seemed to stay back and keep watch, it might not be that unusual.
Right. And the best 2 candidates are probably you and Danika.
I think I should meet.
We'll have you stay back and keep an eye on it. Same with the Seraphina. That way you guys can see if you could spot whoever friend is after we walk away. Danika, you wanna play dress up?
Sorry, what?
You wanna play dress up?
Explain.
I put some makeup on you and a wig, and I'm gonna make you look like the lady that left.
Persuasion.
Oh, no.
Persuasion. Oh, I don't think his persuasion's super high. Let's see. It's not bad. It's a dirty 20.
Does it go off my save or my modifier?
It's your save.
Save.
Oh, cool. They're both exactly the same, so I don't know why I asked. 8.
8.
She's just gonna
Does
stare at
he
you.
convince her, or is she even, like, not willing?
And how will that help exactly? Since I was over by the tree and don't think she actually heard this.
Well, we have to find out where their boss is, the one that's doing all this. So we have to go and drop off some, fake supply sets, essentially. And go from there. While these two try to spot whoever comes and picks it up.
She'll think for a moment. On one condition. I get one of those swords that we're talking about.
They said they didn't know where the swords were. So...
That's a weirdly timed quote.
Yeah, it is.
Shit.
They don't know where the swords are, and they didn't... I don't believe we saw
Alright, what was that I
any.
lost here?
Oh. He, because they said they didn't know what happened to the swords that they had. So, he kind of can't give her a sword, because these are going to be fake supplies, so they're not going to be, like, the real thing. They're just going to be something to catch this person. Because you can't really tell what's in bags and stuff, necessarily.
Then I call dibs on the first sword we find.
Okay. Sure.
Fine.
really greedy.
There's no comment.
Okay, well. Let's go get... see. He might be able to find something like... I don't know if he necessarily has like clothes and stuff, but he imagines they change and stuff, so as long as he can make them look like the people close enough.
Ooh.
He can at least play it off a little bit.
Ooh.
Alright, come here. Makeup time.
He reluctantly walks or sits or whatever is necessary.
God, what is disguise kits? Like, it's like proficiency plus dex or something. No, there's one.
If you're proficient with disguise kit, I believe it is.
He is.
I believe it is dex plus proficiency.
The dex or sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand is a dexterity check itself.
Yes, but he's proficient in that. That's why I asked.
It's not going to double.
Kit itself.
Hmm.
You're talking the disguise kit itself?
Yes.
I think that is strictly dex.
Let me see here.
But you get proficiency if you're proficient in the kit.
Yeah, because it's not going to double stack proficiency on
it says this kit allows you to add your proficiency to any ability checks you make to create a visual disguise. It does not specify which ability check that is.
I would say it would be dexterity to actually make it look. Because in order to make it look
well, it's going to be the same number then, either way, because his sleight of hand is 6, which is exactly what that would be, dex and proficiency. So either way, it'd be 6, is what I was asking. But yeah, he'll do it.
Ooh.
Not terrible, that's an 18.
Okay. I could say that. I'd say that works.
Don't question why he has wigs. I'll have to style it a little bit to similar to what that lady's was, but yeah.
Too tied
Say again?
to be snide.
Wait, what was that again, Fox?
He would have. I said that he would have to like style the wig to look like her hair, but yeah.
True.
Wait, fuck, it's midday for us technically.
It's like 5, I think, is when he said they showed up. 4 or 5.
Okay, it's too early for her to be too tired to be snide. Too much effort to be snide.
Improvement. Look good as a blonde thing. I think she was blonde. I couldn't tell. I didn't zoom in on her picture.
Sure.
I don't know. I didn't zoom in on her picture enough to see what color her hair was.
I could go dig the token out from behind the screen, but
Was that the one I was staring at?
Yeah.
yes,
Menacingly? Oh, she was blondish. Yes.
Oh, okay. You look nice as a blonde.
Right, so you're done.
Yep. His was 26, by the way. That's it.
Yes.
I mean, but he can't really like do much with his eyes other than put in contacts, but it's close enough.
Wait, where'd they go?
They'll be right back, Cal.
Where'd Leo and Danika go?
They went to go take care of our friends. Alright, they'll be right back.
He's saying that as he sees them disguised, by the way.
Yes.
He just has a smile.
She's just patting his leg.
Probably takes a while to do that, so it's probably actually almost nightfall by this point. I imagine. Depends on how long it took. Oh, hello?
You're here.
Oh, wow. Messenger.
Say again?
How long did it take for them to do that? Because they had to wait till nightfall.
Probably about an hour each. To make sure you got it exactly right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, like I said, he can only do so much with his, because he can't hide the yellowing part, but...
Oh.
It's fine, it's just jaundice.
We're not gonna make that joke.
Yeah. Probably closer to 7, 8 o'clock, relatively.
Mm-hmm.
And you could start making your way towards the rock.
Yeah. Head towards the rock, and what he'll probably do, like, on the way there is just, like, take a couple of his bags and empty them out or something, or, like, fill them with random things temporarily just to make them look full.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got, like, a few, like, random bags and stuff, and then he can make the vials technically look like potions by, like, just colorizing them.
Fair.
Or he could put his own potions on there, I guess.
Hello.
But he's not going to do that because he's like, no, I'd rather just recolor them real quick.
So, you head towards the rock for your fake placement and watching.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call it there because I got an idea.
Oh dear.
That's terrifying.
Ideas.
I have an idea. This makes something work very much better.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Concern.
Blame Fox.
Oh. That's
Oh
not
no.
good.
What did I do?
Oh, idea.
Concerned.
Don't worry, I gotta message somebody.
Ah.
Yeah, so he's basically
I'm sorry.
putting stuff ready to go to, like, the, because they're gonna, like, pretend to walk away, probably have to sneak back around to find a spot, or wait to see if these two spot the person.
Yeah.
Chances are he'll take off his disguise after he gets, like, in a spot he can hide.
Fair. Very fair. Yeah.
But he will pull the mask because he wants to be sneaky in the dark.
Fair.
Bandana up.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, people in chat, for watching. Thank you, my players.
Hi, everybody.
I didn't think it was be funny.